So I'm doing a video blog here from my car. Last night I saw something interesting. I was a couple of months ago, well, not a couple of months ago, more like maybe 6 months ago, I was making a video about one of Europe's biggest music stores, a store called Thomann, actually quit selling Gibsons and Epiphones for the reason that I heard from I have some inside connections in the warehouse that these connections said to me that the reason was about some quality issues. So that could actually be true because especially, well, all Gibson guitars have some issues nowadays. It's not the same guitar as it was 25 years ago. So I mean, all my Gibsons have had some type of issues, no matter it's a guitar for kind of like $800 or $5,000. So anyway, now last night I saw that Thomann is back in business with Gibson again. So that's I didn't really know that. I think that's a good idea if they worked out some kind of agreement or something like that. And I know for a fact that Gibson need to have a little bit of higher quality check on their guitars before they are letting the guitars leave the factory. So that's not just some kind of bullshit. That's actually true. So well, I know it's true. So I think it's a good idea if they worked out some type of contract or agreement or anything like that. But something I saw, I was checking the Thomann homepage last night, and there is hundreds of Gibson guitars and Epiphone guitars now. But something that I saw is actually the prices have gone up. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, a 1984 Epiphone Explorer, I'm pretty sure it was kind of like $4.99 or something like that. I think nowadays it's kind of like $7.99. It's crazy. I mean, it's totally crazy. So I mean, who the fuck would buy an Epiphone for $800? I mean, or maybe $1,000 when it's possible to, I mean, get a decent Gibson for the same price. I mean, that's crazy. So no, I will not do any business with Thomann again when it comes to the Gibson guitars or the Epiphones. I really like Epiphones. I think Epiphones is great guitars. I have several Epiphones myself, and if you're looking in the higher price range of Epiphones, I think Epiphone is the way to go. It's pretty much look for I saw that Thomann actually now have Epiphone Explorer Gothic. It's a very old model. I actually have this guitar. I bought it kind of like, wow, 15 years ago maybe, and they still got it today, and I think that's a great guitar. It's almost exactly the same thing as a Gibson Explorer Gothic, but less quality tuners, less quality bridge, less quality tailpiece, less quality pickups, but the body and the neck is exactly the same thing. So yeah, that's what it is. Anyway, I want to keep this video short because I need to keep my eyes on the road here. Well, I'm doing it right now, so that's not a problem. But one thing I was thinking about, how are they thinking when they are raising the prices to the top in these days? I mean, the guitar business is not an easy task today. So I would say less quality, higher price. I mean, that doesn't make any sense to me. I'd say better quality and less price, because Gibsons have always been very pricey guitars. Well, not always, but for the past 15 or 20 years. So looking for let's take a Gibson Les Paul Custom, for example. I mean, that's a $5,000 guitar right there. And of course it's a great guitar. I mean, there's no question about it. But there is some just small tiny things that I would call an issue. That on a $5,000 guitar there would be no issue. So well, there is some issues with most Gibsons nowadays. Gibson Les Paul Studio, for example, most of the time these guitars need fret leveling. Most of the time there is some issues with the tuners. I mean, there's always something that makes the total cost even more than the guitar itself. And that sucks, because if you have been saving up $1,000 for buying a Gibson Les Paul Studio, you don't want to have any more costs. But I'm sorry to say this, at least some time back, maybe 10 years back, there was, I don't know nowadays, maybe they have changed the course of rock and roll music, just like Nirvana did back in 1991, and maybe they have better quality now. So well, I'm kind of excited to see the first guitars dropping out of Thomann now, Gibson guitars, to see if the quality is still the same and all is still the same. I think it sucks, because the prices are a lot higher now than they were 6 months ago on Thomann. So I don't like that idea. But it doesn't, well, of course it bothers me, but it doesn't really affect me, because I'm not looking into buying any more new Gibson guitars or any new guitar at all, because nowadays I'm looking for used guitars in both good condition and bad condition. So I think you get a lot more for the price than buying a new guitar, at least the more expensive guitars. So yeah, that's it. Take care now. Bye bye then.